Good morning, everyone. I hope if you live in the U.S., you had a good Thanksgiving. I'm still sick. Didn't do much for Thanksgiving, but I feel all right this morning. So, first one on my watch is MARA. This one's pushing up pretty big in pre-market. Went all the way up to 467. Gave a lot of it back. It's back down to the 350 area, but it closed yesterday at 218, so it's up a significant amount. Also watching UEPS, a little bit more expensive of a stock. It's at 1325 now. Its high of after hours in pre-market was right at that 1380 level, so I'm going to be watching that one. VKTX, I want to see the volume pick up a little bit with this one. I mean, it's moving some, it's just not moving that much. Got rejected right at that 350 level. Going to watch it to break that. SRAX is moving a decent amount with some volume in after hours in pre-market. Got all the way up to 750, got rejected. It's right under 7 now at 696, so we'll see what this one does. Also watching CLNT. This one was a runner on Tuesday or Wednesday. This one ran on Wednesday, went all the way up to 12.45. It's back down to 7.16, but it's technically still up some from where it closed on Wednesday at 4:31, so it's still gapping up some. Watching CALI, this one needs some more volume. It's at 415 now. LMFA, this one's sitting right at $3. Made a really big push on Wednesday, got all the way up to 525. Gonna watch this one. Also watching RIOT, a little bit more expensive, but it made a run these last few days, so it's up to 1960. Gonna see what it does. Also watching SSC. It's moving a little bit up to 290, where it's finding some big resistance at 290. We'll see if it can break there. Gonna watch it. GCAP, watching it over 8. Tried to break 8 during after hours in pre-market session, never could hold it, so I'm going to be watching that one. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Graham. MICT's running, Graham. See, I was holding that one for a swing trade. It's up to 110, man. I mean, here's the thing, though. I don't trust this one anymore. This one had good earnings, a very good news release and earnings, and this one ended up washing out, gapping down because of it, which just shows it must be a really low float, so it can just get manipulated, so we'll see, but I don't trust it nevertheless. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. You sold RIOT? Isn't this one up to like $18 now? Yeah, man, wow. That's rough, man. And you bought LMFA? That one didn't move at all, did it? No, it's at 310. That's rough, man. I mean, at least it's a break-even trade, on LMFA. It didn't gap down any yet. It closed at 310. Or it actually was still gapping up some. It's at 3.0. It's gapping up 9 cents right now. So I mean, hey, at least it's gapping up some, but that's a rough substitute right there, man. Yeah, MARA is pushing up huge, Steven. Crazy mover. Also kind of watching SSC, you know. See what this one does here. It's at 297. We'll see if it breaks 3 in pre-market. Good morning, Michael. HSEKSO. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's sitting right at 350. We'll see if it can hold support there. Good morning, Mala. What's up, guys? Alright, so I'm watching UEPS here as well. I mean, its high was at 1380. It's at 1350 right now. We'll see if it continues. Alright, so there goes SSC. Like I said, I thought this one may break 3. There it goes over 3 at 304 now. Must be a good news story. I'll go ahead and add my watch list to the chat. Just give me 1 second, guys. Alright, so here's my watch list. See if I can find anything else moving. There goes SSC. It's starting to spike really nicely. It went up to 324 after that break of $3 in after hours. See if I can find anything else that's moving. Yeah, guys, sorry I couldn't do the power hour stream on Wednesday. I've been sick. I'm pretty sure I caught RSV from my son, and so I've been running a low grade temperature. And if you're from the U.S., you know yesterday was Thanksgiving. I didn't do anything for Thanksgiving. I stayed at home by myself while my wife and kids went over to family's house and stuff like that. I had to stay home and just lay in bed. It was pretty rough. Not a great way to spend the holiday, but, you know. Oh, well. Stuff like that happens, I guess. But I feel better today, so hopefully it's starting to leave, you know. MARK. California time, Mala. I'm not sure. I'm in Texas, so I'm Central time. I know it closes for me at 12, so Central Time. I know Eastern Time. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock Eastern Time. So I'm not sure what time California time that would be. I know Eastern Time. It's 1 p.m. The market closes today. So it's open for 3.5 hours, basically. Yeah, VKTX is. I have it right here. I mean, it's gapping up some. The volume's not that great in after hours. Like it barely has any volume. You can see that it has 400 shares. You know, 86 shares traded, and so the volume's not that great on VKTX. I want to see the volume pick up some, and if it does that, it looks good. I mean, it's gapping up some. Sometimes the ones that don't gap up very much at all, they're the ones that run the most, just because they're the least overextended out of all of them. You know, like MARA could run, but, you know, if you look at it, it's going to be extended. Sometimes the ones that barely gap up could run, and so I do like that about VKTX. MARK. Yeah, we'll see about MARK. I mean, it's over 9. Yeah, I mean, MARK has a little pattern. Uh, it goes, one day it makes a run, the next day it goes sideways, the next day it makes the run, the next day it goes sideways, the next day it runs, and then if the pattern's correct, today it will go sideways. But I don't know if that, I mean, it's just what I see when initially looking at this last week chart. It ran this day, went sideways the next, ran the next day, went sideways the next, ran Wednesday. Let's see if it goes sideways today. I may be wrong. That's just what I see when I look at it. I will give it this though. It is gapping up more than it usually does these last few days. Alright, so SSC is dropping down. We'll see if it pushes over 3, holds it as support, and then makes another kind of flag pattern here. Volume picked up really nicely when it broke over 3, so we'll see if it can continue. Hey, I mean, LMFA is moving up a little bit now. You can see it's an obvious channel on this one in between this basically 350 and this 275 area. So I'm watching it for it to break either one of those high or low points of that channel. SSC's back all the way down to $3. I mean, I guess I could do a power hour stream, but I don't know when. I mean, I guess power hour today is going to be in between noon and 1, which is usually the time most people. I don't know what the volume will be like this morning. I mean, the market's open today, but I'm sure the volume's going to be a little bit lower than it usually is, just because it's the day after Thanksgiving, you know, and a lot of traders are going to be sleeping. still. All right, so SSC came all the way back down to 295. Let's see if it tries to make another run for 3. But I'm going to be watching this one at the open for sure. This one is a low floater, it looks like. Has some decent volume so far in after hours and pre-market. And so I'm going to be watching this one. SSC. I'm going to watch MARA too, but, you know, this one just already pushed up so much already. It had a pretty big day on Friday, or on Wednesday. And then it pushed up pretty big in the rest of after hours that day, and then in pre-market this morning. But it had this huge push up to 467, and then it gave all of that big push back, basically. It's sitting at 331 now, so it dropped more than $1 already from that $1.37. So we'll see what it does, but it's not my favorite one on MARA. I mean, it could run, but we'll see. I'm going to watch it. I mean, I do kind of like this daily chart on SSC. That previous high was at 289, so it's actually over that previous high. Being at $3 now, the previous high was about right here, where this line is right here, which makes sense. It just broke over it now, so it's at the high of the last year. Let's see about the last few years. Yeah, this thing's at its lifetime high right now on SSC. So that's pretty nice. This is the 3-year chart. So it's at its lifetime high right now at $3. So its new lifetime high is 324, but this is pre-market, so we'll see. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so SSC bounced all the way back to 299. It's sitting right under $3. This is probably my main watch. It's probably my favorite looking chart right now on SSC. If I remember, this one might not be available. Man, it's not available on Ustock. That's a bummer. I thought I remembered this one not being available. That's a bummer. Because that's probably my favorite looking chart too on SSC. And I don't have any more trades left on Robinhood after all the swing trades I did, but didn't somebody say they were holding LMFA? If so, I mean, it's pushing up. It's back up to 334, still forming this little channel in between $3, really. Also, another one that's gapping up is GCAP. Not the best volume, but I mean, it's gapping up nevertheless. Tried to test $8, sitting under it now. And then, like I said, LMFA is pushing up, trying to test that high of after hours in pre-market. VKTX needs some more volume. So we'll see about this one. LMFA back up to 345, so it's at the high of after hours in pre-market now on LMFA. We'll see if it tests that 350 level. Alright, so LMFA pushing up to 359 now. So, there he goes. Alright, so LMFA is up to 365. 370. There it goes. Big volume spike. LMFA is running a little bit so far in pre-market. Up to 370. So watching LMFA up to 375. LMFA is running a little bit. Yeah, that was you, Kevin, that said you were in LMFA. Gotta love that late day push, huh? Or that late morning push, huh? Well, congrats, bro. It looks like it will at least give you a little bit of profit there, man. Yeah, I figured it would be a little bit slow in the stream this morning just because it's only a half day in the market. Yesterday was a U.S. holiday, and so LMFA up to 380. And I mean, I guess I could look for swing trades today during our power hour stream. But, you know, I've really been considering putting a little bit more into swing trades just because I've had decent success. I just need to get a broker. My Since I've done my power hour stream, I've gotten to 3 or 4 trades. The first one was RLOG, I think, and you can see this one only for an overnight hold. This was the day I got into it, and it pushed up in a pretty big way. So that day in after hours, I just need a broker I could sell during after hours. And then the next one I think was, I know MICT was one. It didn't push up as much though. Let me see. I think it was this. It went up about 10 cents, which isn't bad. Then another one was, what was the last one? DMPI. And so I got in here, and it gapped up that day. And so I've been really thinking about putting some money into swing trades, just because I've had good success with it. I just need a broker where I could sell it in after hours or pre-market. LMFA is up to 409 now, guys. Big push. Good morning, Xbox 360. I like your name, man. Xbox 360, huh? Man, big drop on LMFA. Brutal drop, man. People are starting to take profits as soon as they saw it break under $4. That SSC at 305. But I can't trade this one on Ustock. Nice, Xbox. Good job, bro. Nice trade, man. Looks like you got out at the right time. Oh, what's up, Andre? Nice name, Andre. I'm just going to call you Box from now on, man. You know? Why the name change, bro? How many shares did you get in LMFA, Andre? But yeah, honestly, my favorite stock this morning is SSC. It's just I can't trade it on Ustock, but it has the prettiest chart. You can see it's at its lifetime high right now. It's currently right here at 305. So it's at its lifetime high right now. And so it's probably my favorite chart. I just can't trade it. But if you guys can, I mean, it's probably my favorite chart. I can't guarantee it's going to go any certain way, but it's the most intriguing chart by far this morning for me, at least. Followed by LMFA, probably. 3,000 shares. So let's see. You made 16 cents. So you made about 750, 760. All right, so LMFA is back down to 350. So we'll see if LMFA can rebound here. Also kind of watching RIOT. It's kind of pushing up. It's definitely moving some. VKTX kind of giving some of it up. It's at 305 now. GCAP as well at 775. We'll see if it moves a little bit more. Maybe some at the open. See, there's also MARK, like somebody else pointed out. MARK is gapping up at 938 now. CALI, although this one doesn't have that much volume, so we'll see if it picks up some. CLNT had a big push on Wednesday. We'll see if it can follow through today. It's at 709 now. Still technically up from the last few days. We'll see. Oh, all right, Andre. Yeah, I mean, the spreads are usually pretty bad in after hours and pre-market. Sometimes. It depends. It depends on the volume. If the volume's good, the spread's not too bad. If the volume's if the volume's not great, that's when the spread gets pretty bad. Just because there's more space in between the closest buyer and seller. Man, why is your profits that low on that LMFA trade? All right, guys, we got 5 minutes. All right, guys, we got 4 minutes. All right, so LMFA is all the way up to the high of the day again. Wow, huge push. Spread cleared up a little bit with the volume that increased. It's all the way up to 420 now. Crazy. All right, so LMFA all the way back up to 415. Yeah, we'll see what LMFA does. I mean, it's pushing up nicely. We'll see. Good morning, Black Monday. What's up, man? All right, guys, we got 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we got 1 minute left. Good morning, Grant. DPW. Oh, I do like DPW. Good call, man. All right, so here we go. 20 seconds. All right. So the market's open. Watching LMFA here for a possible 450 break. Back down to 395. RIOT looks to be pushing up nicely. Big push on LMFA here. Sitting right at that 450 level. So RIOT's pushing up, GCAP's pushing up as well. Watching for a 1 minute pullback on GCAP here. There it goes. Kind of missed the 1 minute pullback though. RIOT's pushing up huge, guys. Check out RIOT. Breaking the high of day. Like I said, I'm watching GCAP for a 1 minute pullback here. Also watching MARA now. It's pushing up some. It's at 361. Washout long on MARA. There goes LMFA up to 452. Alright, so I'm watching for a 1 minute pullback on both of these, MARA as well as GCAP. Yeah, I'm watching DPW, possible washout long. Fake out on MARA. Look at that drop on MARA. LMFA is too sketchy for me. Look at all these up wicks and down wicks. Just not enough obvious pressure either way. SSC is pushing up. Let's watch the see if DPW reverses here. All right, so GCAP for the 1 minute pullback. It needs some more volume to come in. I need a new chair that doesn't squeak. My chair's too squeaky over here. There we go. All right. But yeah, like I said, LMFA is a little bit too sketchy for me. I don't like it. But SSC, I mean, if you can trade SSC, it's pushing up. I can't trade it, but if you can, SSC is up to 308. This one's at the lifetime high of this particular stock. And so the previous high was at 289. I'm going to get in GCAP here if it starts to make that push towards 8. All right, I'm in GCAP here with only 20 shares. Gonna try to let it work. Very small share size in case it doesn't. Let's see if GCAP can break $8. So SSC broke over 3. It's coming back down a little bit now. GCAP at $7.99, trying to break $8 again. All right, so there goes GCAP over 8, up to 805, up to 807, up to 809, 810. Probably should have used a little bit bigger sizing, but that's why I love this 1 minute pullback setup. It's my favorite setup. Didn't use too big of sizing because a lot of times when it breaks the whole dollar, it only lasts for a few seconds and then it comes back down. So I should have used bigger sizing. I didn't learn from my mistake on Wednesday, but we'll see if it keeps going a little bit. I have a small enough sizing to try to let it work for me a little bit, so we'll see. Back up to 810. MARA kind of having a little washout long set up here. Up to 381 now. There goes LMFA up to 455. LMFA up to 460s. MICT. Yeah, MICT up to the 160s. Wow. Big push on MICT. Let's see if it can hold over 160 now. Gonna try to give GCAP a little bit more time, but it was a good trade idea, just didn't use big enough sizing, which is okay. You know, this 1 minute pullback's a beautiful setup, but just didn't use big enough sizing for this one. Next time I get into one, I have to analyze the range. This one's range isn't too big for a more expensive stock, and so I should use bigger size with that one. Big drop on LMFA. MARA's testing that $4 area now. Yeah, MARA's up to that 395 level. We'll see if it can break 4. There it goes, up to 409, 410. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go check on my son. He was coughing. Alright, so GCAP still hasn't moved any. We'll see if it finds support over 8. It doesn't look like it will. I'm going to stick with my stop, though. It's only like a $2 loss, so it'll be okay. XNET. XNET's pushing up again at 26.60. MARK's kind of reversing here as well. Looks like I'll probably get stopped out of GCAP. DPW had a good little reversal here over 80. And then LMFA's pushing up as well. RIOT, guys. Check out RIOT. SRAX. Yeah, I'm getting stopped out of GCAP most likely here. There it goes. And I should be out. Not yet. There it goes. Finally got stopped out of GCAP for like $1.50 loss. A very small loss. It was a good trade idea. Again, like I got in right here after this 1 minute pullback, and it pushed up really nicely, about 18 cents. And so I just didn't use big enough sizing to take advantage. LMFA is up to 495 now. If you can trade SSC, SSC's pushing up as well, up to 332. Can't trade it on my Ustock account, but it's pushing up nevertheless. MARA is consolidating right at $4. LMFA is at $5 now. Appreciate it, Andre. Yeah, that previous high on MARA is at 423. We'll see what this one does. RIOT is moving crazy. Look at RIOT. RIOT is up to 22 basically. XNET is moving crazy as well. These are these two big crazy moving stocks here. DRYS over 4. Watching DPW here to see if it continues to kind of fulfill this reversal it had. Watching LMFA over this 525 high of yesterday. Alright, so 1 minute pullback on LMFA here. Alright, I'm in LMFA with 20 shares. See if it follows through. Back up to 530. $532. Up to 540. See if it goes for that 550 break. Back up to 540, 544 at the high of the day now. 545, 553, there we go. 555, 558, 559. $560, back down to 550, 545. We'll see if it tries to come back here. $560 again, 564. $565. Go ahead and get out here for about a $5 gain. Up to 568, 574. It always happens to me. I get out at the worst times. It shoots up 20 cents right after I get out, but it's all right. I'm still green on the day after that trade. Up about $3.50, $4, so small gain, but up to 587. Man, I got out at 560. It's up to 590 right after I get in. Now it's back down to 560. So crazy move on LMFA, but I mean, I'm green on the day. I can't get too upset, but man, got out right at the wrong time. I'm not disappointed with it. The only other trade I got into was GCAP, and it was actually a good trade idea. You can see I got in after this first 1 minute pullback. And it pushed up really nicely. I just didn't use big enough sizing, but it was a good trade idea nevertheless. So 2 trades I got into today were basically good trades. This one I just didn't use big enough sizing. But we'll see if DPW can reverse here. Both of them, I might add, were 1 minute pullbacks. You can see the 1 minute pullback here. And I got in at about 5:30 when LMFA 1 minute pullback here pushed up really nicely. So both of them are 1 minute pullbacks. That's why it's my favorite setup. Nice trade, Andre. I know, Michael. I got out right at the wrong time, man. Just a little bit too early. It shoots up 20, 30 cents after I get out, which is my luck. It's okay. I mean, I had a profitable trade, but it could have been way more, you know. I guess I can't be too upset. It was a green trade. I'm up on the day a small amount, so I can't be too upset. It's going to happen. I can't have any fear of missing out, and I can't start forcing trades because of that. So I'm just taking it slow, you know, but super frustrating. What's up, Rich? You decided to check out the stream, man? The first trade, I lost $1.50. In this trade, I made about $5. If you're going to make fun of my sizing, just realize, like, I'm a new trader. I think most new traders fail because they use too big of sizing when they first get started. And so that's how they lose their accounts, is because they have $1,000 account and they try to be like all these other traders who use really big sizing. And if you're a new trader, you have to take it slow. You have to use really small sizing, because if I can be consistent with really small sizing, I can be profitable with larger sizing. I just have to find that consistency first. And so I'm just looking for some consistency now. I'm not saying I'm a trading expert or anything like that. I'm just working on my consistency here, And so I'm using really small sizing just to learn how to trade. And so I know some people may make fun of me for using really small sizing, and that's okay, because ultimately I'm not trying to lose my account before I can actually, learn how to trade. I think it's important for new traders to actually learn how to trade the market consistently. And if they can do that and use really small sizing, eventually they can up their sizing and, have the same consistency, making a lot more money. And so my plan is to find consistency with really small sizing first. And if I can make a few dollars every single day and just find some consistency, eventually, that $5 or $10 gain per day will turn into 50 or 100, and then 500 and 1,000, and then so forth and so on. And so I just want to find that consistency first. And that's all that really matters in the long run for me. Yeah, appreciate it, Stefan. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean, here's my theory is that like most new traders fail because they use way too big of sizing when they first get started, especially on places like SureTrader. SureTrader gives you 6-to-1 margin, right? So if you have $1,000 account, you get $6,000 in buying power, right? So if you start buying 500 and 1,000 shares, 2 or 3 bad trades and your whole account's gone, and you didn't even take the time to learn how to trade. And that's when traders start saying the market's rigged, or it's a scam and the market's rigged, is because they use way too big of sizing. They lost their first few trades, which is going to happen with new traders. And then, their whole account's gone and they give up trading for good. And so I just use really small sizing because, that's all that matters is consistency. It doesn't matter how big of sizing I'm using. It just matters if they're good trades and I'm having consistent profits, which I have been. In even using this small of sizing, I've gotten my account up 75% in the last 4 months. And so I'm happy with that gain. That's a good gain for any trader. So, Yeah, Andre, but you're also experienced, man. Like you're also, you know what you're doing. And so, it's granted that you can use that big sizing because you actually know what you're doing. GROW, grow. Yeah, GROW having a breakout. It's at 383. And I'm not even hating on SureTrader. I actually like SureTrader. The biggest thing with SureTrader is that new traders see that big margin, all that leverage, that 6-to-1 buying power, and it ends up kind of trapping them into using way too big of sizing when they shouldn't be. All right, so GROW's at $4 now. At 405. All right, so GROW up to 410, back down to 395. We'll see. Just from past experience in the market, GROW may get halted. I'm not 100% sure, but just from how it's acting, stocks like this sometimes get halted in the last few weeks. And I mean, even my swing trading strategy, I also use really small sizing with that. And you can see my Robinhood chart is actually up a little bit from this chart on Robinhood. This is my Robinhood chart from the last 3 months. I mean, and it's not perfect. I had some setbacks, but overall, I'm net profit a decent amount in the last 3 months on Robinhood using that swing trading strategy I went over in that video I posted this weekend. And so it's a decent, reliable strategy in my opinion as well. But like I said, I'm a new trader. I'm just experimenting with what works and then letting my viewers know what has worked for me and what doesn't work. All right, so LMFA is at 560 now. We'll see if it can break that 592 high. All right, so GCAP, this is the one I was holding earlier. GCAP, guys, up to 819 at the high of day. Just barely stopped me out. My stop was at 795. It hit 793. Barely stopped me out. I don't know if I would have held it this long anyway, but barely stopped me out. CENX at 14 now, testing 14. Check out CENX, guys. If you like the more expensive ones, NTNX at 34.40 now. All right, so LMFA is pushing up to 575. Yeah, Stefan, I've actually done a video on the opening range breakout. It's essentially the same thing as a washout long in a way. If you don't know what an opening range breakout, GROW might be one. If I look at the 5-minute, let's see. Yeah, GROW is an opening range breakout. So to show you what an opening range breakout is, you set the opening range of this first candle, right? So the opening range is from 350 down to 327, and you essentially wait for it to break that opening range in the next few candles. This one's better to use a 5-minute chart, and you can see once it broke that opening range at about 350, it pushed up really nicely, the volume increased. And so I like opening range breakouts as well. It's essentially the same thing as a washout long, because you could consider GROW a washout long as well. It washed out at the open and then kind of rebounded and pushed up after that. And so I like opening range breakouts, Stefan. They're pretty decent. They're one of the first setups I learned to use. LMFA is pushing up, testing that high of the day at 592. Yeah, farts. Everybody's different. I have usually a lot of times my best luck is right at the open. So in the first hour of trading is usually when I do the best. Sometimes I'll have my moments. If it's not in the first hour, it's usually I get in with the more expensive stocks. If I trade the more expensive stocks later on in the day, I've had decent success with that as well. All right, so LMFA breaking over the previous high, breaking over $6. And MARA is kind of pushing back up to test that high of the day. It's at 408 now. LMFA up to 610. All right, so MARA breaking over and hitting that high of the day now at 424. GROW looks promising. Not on the 1 minute, but on the 5 minute, it looks decent. On the 5 minute for GROW. MARA faked people out. That's why I don't like getting into those late day high of the day breaks. I find the high of the day break to be more reliable shortly after the open. If it's a little bit later on in the day and it kind of slowly grinds back up towards that high of the day, it's a little bit less reliable, as you can see on MARA and LMFA. Both of these did the exact same thing. These are kind of trending very similar, honestly. You can see both of these look very similar, LMFA and MARA. Both did almost the same thing. Tried to break over the whole dollar, got rejected all the way back down. Although LMFA has a bigger range. Be right back. Alright, so LMFA is pushing right back up towards that high of the day. Now, if these two are really following each other, we should see MARA try to do the same thing. Which it already is already. It's already testing that whole dollar just like LMFA does. We'll see, though. MICT's at 143. MARK. MARK is breaking over. XXII looks like a little bit higher float of a stock, but it's pushing up. CLSN. Yeah, faked people out. Yeah, Ustock doesn't have a profit and loss thing. They email you your profit and loss. MARK. At 923. Watching this one to see if it goes up to 950. Where that high of pre-market was. Kind of watching MARK here. Alright, so LMFA is pushing up to that high of the day again. It's over 6 now. Back down under 6 at 597. Back up to 610. 612. There it goes. LMFA just broke that high of the day at 614. $623, $625, back down to $618. LMFA is running a little bit. At $620 now, back up to $625. Yeah, MARA has a really obvious double top right there. Alright, so LMFA at 625 now. 632, 640, 638. If LMFA is a low floater, I could see this thing getting halted eventually. GROW again. Yeah, it's kind of slowly grinding back up. All right, let's see if LMFA does what it did at 550. All right, so MARA is coming back up to test. High of day, it's at 647. It hit 650. LMFA is trying to break the half dollar. 648. OPHC. Yeah, OPHC is waking up some. It's at 670 now. MARA is creeping back up, testing $4 again, over 4. Alright, so LMFA just broke that 650 level. We'll see if it has a quick spike with some volume. Push it up to maybe 680 before it washes out to see if it does the same thing it did at 550. We'll see if it goes up to 680, 690 area and then washes out like it did before. Up to 665. And, well, it went up to 665 and then washed out. I was close. I was really close. Yeah, very similar pattern to what it did at the 550s. That's ultimately why I didn't get in it. Almost got to that 670, 680 level. 5 cents. Yeah, I was almost right on with LMFA, just judging by what it did at the 550s. It did the same thing with the 550s, except 550s it went up to 595 instead of 660 instead of 65. Very similar pattern though. All right, so OPHC is pushing up to test that 686 high. Yeah, I'm not giving my money back to LMFA either. It's too extended now. My little $4, I'm keeping it, you know. All right, so MARA had a double top at about 422, right around 420. We'll see if it has a triple top or if it finally breaks through here. And with LMFA, I want to see it hold support where this previous resistance was here at around $6. ASX. Check out ASX, guys. Look at this chart. A bunch of really nice 1 minute pullbacks here. I missed both of them, but really beautiful chart here on ASX. It's not getting that much attention, but ASX, guys, pushing up really nicely. Yeah, we'll see if OPHC can break that 686 high of the day. Also watching MARK here. Forming, you can see the range kind of here and here. Kind of a little triangle, it looks like maybe. All right, so MARA breaking over the high of the day. It's at 423 now. We'll see if it gets rejected there again. All right, so MARA finally broke that wall at 430. It's at 430 now. Broke the wall at 420. It's at 434. MARA. And ASX pushing up really nicely. 1 minute pullback up to 719. MARA breaking that wall. It's at 435. Flat top breakout on MARA. You can see the flat top right here. Finally broke it. We'll see if it keeps going. Now, the big thing to watch for is to see if it holds support where that previous resistance was at 420. AMPD. Which one do you mean? Black Monday, AMPED. Yeah, I thought today would be slow as well. I thought the volume would be low today, but we've having a few decent, few decent runs. ASX ran, MARA, LMFA. Who knows? AMPE. Yeah, AMPE broke over $2. It's at 198 now. We'll see if the volume can pick back up. MARA finally broke that wall. Now it's at 440. Nice job, Andre. Hey, man. If it's working, it's working, dude. All right, so MARA pushing up, going to test that 450 level, maybe. Looks like LMFA's done. MARA at 445. So I'm watching MARK here. It kind of had this little triangle forming here. You can see this little triangle forming here. Or a channel at least. All right, so AMPE. Up to 204. I don't necessarily think this one's going to completely rebound and get up to 214. We'll see. MARA still pushing up here, though, guys. It's trying to test that 450 level. There it goes. It's at 450 now. There it goes. MARA at 455, 454 right now. All right, so AMPE all the way up to that 209 area. MARA came all the way back down, couldn't hold over 450. Alright, so AMPE, guys, up to the high of day. I think it'll probably be a fake out, but who knows? On AMPE, we'll see. It may jump over it for a second and then fall back down to 2, I think. But who knows? It could run. Up to 217, maybe I was wrong. Got up to 220. AMPE, guys. Up to 218. AMPE's running a little bit. 219. AMPE at 219. $220. Watching AMPE. Volume looks good. Alright, so there goes MARK kind of breaking through this triangle here is what I'm watching. Or this channel, I should say. There goes the channel break on MARK. Up to 944. Going to test that 950 level maybe. Alright, so MARA broke over that previous resistance it had, and then it came up, tested 450. Now it's coming back down and it's holding it as support, it looks like. So that's usually a good sign. We'll see if it continues up and breaks that 450 level to try again. Yeah, AMPE washed out. Man, gotta stop doing these drawings. And with AMPE, same thing. It pushed over that previous resistance. Let's see if it holds it as support now. Nice job, Black Monday. Have a good weekend, man. I'll see you on Monday, man. Alright, so MARK broke that channel. Now it's up to 950. We'll see if it breaks this. AMPE falling all the way back down. See, this is what I thought what might happen. I think I called this one. I said I think it might break this, break out a little bit, and then wash out. Now it's down to 206. I wanted it, you know, it needed to hold support at 210. That was the big support level it needed to hold where that previous resistance was. So we'll see if it rebounds here, but it's not my favorite one anymore. See you, Black Monday. Yeah, LMFA bouncing off a 5. I don't know. See, this one gave up all of this big push. You know, it washed out all the way under that, all the way back down to 5. So we'll see. EXTR breaking over high of the day. CLF kind of. OPHC never kind of regained. ASX bouncing off of 7. All right, so I'm watching MARK here. It's right at 950 on. It's at 959. So we'll see if it finally breaks that pre-market high right there. All right, so there it goes. MARK breaking over that 950s. Is at 956. Up to 960. There it goes. Breaking over all those previous resistance levels. Breaking out of that channel. That was at 962. This should have been a trade I got into. You can see all these different things. It broke out of this channel it had. It broke over this pre-market high at 964. Should have hopped in it, but I'm not going to chase it now. Volume came up really nicely. Up to 969, almost 970. Yeah, so maybe it'll get squeezed out here, Mark. We'll see. Maybe MARK will get squeezed. Up to 976. Yeah, this should have been a trade I jumped into. It just had all these different indicators that showed me decent things. Broke out of this channel, broke over the pre-market high. Got up to 976. All right, so ASX, guys, pushing over, breaking the high of day at 722. We got a little 1-minute pullback on MARK here. ASX pushing over at 727 now. 729. ASX is running nicely. 730. Yeah, MARK. This should have been my trade of the day here. It broke the channel, broke the pre-market high. All that stuff going on right around the same time, so should have been a good indicator to get in. I just missed it. It's probably done now. It may run a little bit more, but it's up 30 cents from that 950 break. MARK up to 974, back down to 965. We'll see. MARH trying to test that 950 level again. It's at 447. Yeah, I guess so, Andre. I mean, it's been pushing up. It gapped up overnight last night. GCAP kind of hovering around the high of the day at 814 right now. High of the day is at 819. Fias, that's kind of how it goes, man. If you're up on the day, man, might as well be done while you're ahead, man. All right, so ASX pushing up to 743. This one probably has the prettiest chart of the day on ASX, I think. Nice forward progress most of the day. Each flag, it kind of continued. So ASX, really pretty chart. All right, so GCAP broke over the high of the day. It's at 822 now. LMFA. Yeah, it broke down 5. Maybe a good short. Who knows? All right, so ASX got rejected at that 750 level with a big drop down to 7. Now it's not such a pretty chart. It's been having forward progress all day, and so eventually it's going to come down, I guess, but GCAP up to 824 now. Watching DPW here to see if it kind of reverses maybe. On ASX, it never holds. Let's see. Yeah, but this is the biggest pop it's had in a while. Look at the yearly. Yeah, didn't hold here. Yeah, it never really holds its big pushes. But I mean, the high, watch it over 812. I mean, that's its lifetime high, it looks like. All right, so MAR Ace testing that 450 level again. GCAP up to 825 now. MARA finally breaking over that $0.50. It's at 455. Reached the high of the day. Watching it over 467, which was the pre-market high for MARA. All right, we'll see if MARK can hold over this 950 level. It had a good run, but now the crucial levels right here, holding over this previous channel as well as this $0.50 area. I always want to see it turn that previous resistance into support, so we'll see if it does that on MARK. GROW. Yeah, GROW breaking out here. Up to 413, 410 now. Its high of the day is now at 418. Looking at RIOT, this one's been a runner the last few days. It's sitting right at $20 at $19.95 now. Big drop on GROW. Let's see if it holds support at 4 now. And I can't trade this one, but SSC maybe. Trying to come back up to break that previous resistance at 320. The sellers don't want GROW to hold over 4. At 430 is that previous high of the last few weeks. The last few months, I guess. Volume starting to come down a little bit in the market, so I'll probably be closing the stream down now sometime soon, probably in the next minute or two. Alright, so GROW pushing up back up to the high of the day at 418, bounced right off of it back down to 411. We'll see if it breaks this time. INPX. Yeah, INPX, a little bit cheaper of a stock, but flagged a little bit right here, up to 36 cents at the high of day. INPX, guys, that one's pushing up. GCAP trying to push back up to test that high of the day at 825. It had a lot of resistance there. Nice job, Andre. Good trade, man. Good trades. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream down now, guys. The volume's not that great in the market. The market closes in 2 hours and 15 minutes. And so I don't know if I'm going to do a quote-unquote power hour stream today. We'll see. I might start the stream 30 minutes before the market closes here, but we'll see. I may not. So I'll let you guys know. And if you haven't already, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you click the bell next to it, it will let you know every time I go live. So if I do decide to do the Power Hour stream today, it will alert you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button now, guys, if you haven't already. Everybody do me a favor. If you appreciate this stream and content, make sure you hit that like button right now on the stream. We definitely appreciate the support, and it does support us, guys. So thanks for watching. Good luck for the rest of the day, guys, if you decide to get in anything else. And if not, have a good weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching, guys.